back in 1998, Allen Gibson, a Waverly police officer, was shot and killed on the job.
He was there just doing what he did a lot of, which was working that complex.
Police ended up charging 2 men for the crime.
Claiborne is from Hopewell, largely unknown to local authorities, unlike Terrance Richardson, who has a history of petty crimes in the town and county, but nothing approaching capital murder.
Claiborne and Richardson maintain their innocence 23 years later.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Visible Truth Media, and I'm your host, Dirty God. Why 2 black men in Virginia were sentenced to life after being found not guilty for killing a white police officer. Terrance Richardson and Ferrone Claiborne have been incarcerated for over 2 decades. Their attorney is asking Biden to grant them clemency. Imagine being found not guilty of murdering a white police officer, but somehow you still get sentenced to life in prison. That is the case for these 2 black men. On April 25th, 1998, a white police officer named Allen Gibson was fatally shot in Waverly, Virginia after an altercation with 2 black men. Terrified of the death penalty, Richard pled guilty to a manslaughter charge, receiving a 1-year suspended sentence. Claiborne pled guilty to an accessory after the fact charge and received a 5-year suspended sentence, which he had to serve 2 years in state custody. However, the case doesn't end there. Gibson's attorney was unhappy with the lenient charges and demanded an investigation. The feds then charged Richardson and Claiborne with drug charges in order to bring the same murder accusations in federal court. These drug charges were absolutely unfounded and supported nothing more but testimony of people who had an incentive to lie and were trying to get rid of their own drug charges. Federal prosecutors claimed the murder of Gibson was a result of a 10-year drug conspiracy. By 2001, Richardson and Claiborne went to trial for murder. A jury unanimously found Richardson and Claiborne not guilty of murdering Gibson, but instead, they were found guilty of a single drug count, which would have resulted in approximately 10 to 15 years in prison. They were sentenced to life based on court guilty pleas, again, despite the jury finding them not guilty of murder. So the question is, how did Richardson and Claiborne's name even get brought up in the murder of the officer Gibson? According to their attorney, Jarrett Adams, police rounded up a bunch of black men in the area, and another man who was facing criminal charges spit out Richardson and Claiborne's name. Adams also added what he really believes: when they landed on Richardson and Claiborne, they could not afford the voices and resources that were needed to defend themselves. And that is something that happens all the time in the black community. Till this day, their attorneys and families are still advocating for these men to be free. We are all too used to injustice, and things like this are going to keep happening. Our job here is to let you know what's going on in the world and to share the story. Sounds like the judge just wanted to get these 2 niggas on something. They couldn't get them for the murder charge, but the fact, because it was 2 of them and because they were black, they had to be found guilty. And it didn't matter what the charge was. Stuff like this is going to continue to happen until more people speak out. I'm hoping that something could change in this case, because now, it's 2023. Social media is at an all-time high. Back in 2001 and, 1998, stuff like this will go under the rug easy. Nobody really cared because everybody got other things going on and more things to focus their attention on. But when you get to now in 2023 and social media get up under it, I'm trying to tell you, share more videos like this and the word's going to get out and these 2 men will be free. I believe they will be free. Do you? Leave in the comments what y'all think about this situation. Let's share these people's story, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, man, peace.